I'm saying a Sexy Red would be doing that, but based on the fact she's come out at a time where our women have been over sexualized and also push an agenda against men. So when you hear a Sexy Red, she just talks about men like, yeah, man, you're just an item. You're just an item. If you listen to her song Pound Town, yeah. Oh my days! Like, I'm saying to myself, like, don't you have a father, a brother, a cousin, or something who's gonna say, "Yo, come on, Stacy, or whatever your name is." You're talking like, and I'm not saying every song needs to be some kumbaya, my lord. Don't get it twisted. But come on, man, we're doing too much now. We're doing too much. So that UK wise, I don't have that Lashanya Lynch. Outside of her, there's not too much really going on. Every time I go on Shade Borough, it should be called Degenerate Borough, because that's just a big cesspool of foolishness.
Yeah, it's like what World Star Hip Hop. I mean, that's still going, right? World Star Hip Hop, or
yes.
as I used to refer to it as Coon Star Hip Hop, because it was hip hop. There was compilation fight videos sibling on there. There were people getting run down. It was depravatory. It was I can't even muster the words to articulate that filthy platform. And it would seem that the Shade Borough is now the new form of that short medium.
Yeah, man. Shade Borough. I still follow them, and I jump in the comments, and certain times I'll write a little thing, and I'll go back and forth with people, because there's a lot of people who just they haven't been given the tools to even understand what's going on. So even like when you see guys supporting the Asian hair shop owner that put his hands on a customer, now I get, the other side of the argument and all that, but I had to break it down in the Shade Borough comments, you know what I mean, and tell people, listen, that's not how you run a business.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, that's not how you run it. Because look at it was over £30. Give her back the £30 banner from your store, and you don't even have to shut your shop. But when you start doing daft things like what he did, I always tell people, man, the first rule of business, man, the business comes first. Always. Always. That means if you're working within a shop, or whatever, and a woman comes and says, yo, I want you to take me around the back right now. That's a red flag. You're supposed to say, yo, you're mad, no chance.
Yeah. Because
the business comes first always, but some people don't understand that. So yeah,
it's a hard lesson, man. It's a hard lesson, and I'm glad you're in there, because I'm not in that there being the voice of reason, because sometimes it needs it, man, because you never know, that back and forth exchange might spark like, shit, what am I even doing? Why was I even defending the case? Like, there is a case again. I can understand some of these weirdos, like, she shouldn't have. Yeah, of course she shouldn't have done. She shouldn't be hitting. What gives a woman? Just think about it. We're not talking about a highly trained woman athlete who's trained in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling, wrestling, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and mixed martial arts, who can take care of herself and who is relatively the same size as her male flipping, shopkeeper. What gives the woman a right to even think outside of having those capabilities? And when you have those capabilities, you know how to conduct yourself. So you don't even get yourself into those positions in the first place. So again, question to the women: what gives you the right to think you can put your hands on men?
She's able to act that way at home, Noble. That's why. The reason why she was able to go into that store and act the way she acted on camera is because she's able to act that way at home. She's able to behave that way within our community. So when you start going we can't say anything. You can't do anything because you think if that issue happened within her home where she took Peter Sutton and licked off her man's face, if he would have boxed down her blower, as my dad would say, yeah, he would have now been an abuser.
Yes.
And she would now be a victim. And this is what people don't see. She could be in the home and do that same move to her man. And her man said, yo, what the F you doing? You're mad. And next thing you know, that man's on trial now as an abuser. So what I'm saying is, what's happening now is, when a woman like that, a man's got a woman like that, you're in a losing battle anyway. But woman like that who are kicking off, a man will just, yo, I'm out of here. I can't deal with this. She brings it to her next community. You see how they deal with it. This is what I'm saying to you. This is not about, it's about what these women are able to do within our community. And you're able to shout, talk down on men, physically attack men, all the rest of it, because you can stand behind. As a woman, you can always switch to victim at any point. You can just switch it. Boom. She could have kicked off that same way. The only difference is it wouldn't be on camera if that was at the home. But the only thing that would be said after the fact is the man put his hand on her. And I'm not saying that's right. But then what happens is she's got no accountability. So she goes into the next situation acting the same way. Whereas and that's why that happened that way. Whereas if she would behave like that within the community
and get checked,
now she knows, yo, I can't behave that way, But because girls are able to be victims, like you see all the time, you see it with online, you see it all the time where a woman can just, when she's ready, she can just switch into a victim. You see it all the time. And because the notion is that men are the problem, and what happens is a woman like that has been able to do that for the longest time. I've seen it myself. That's why when I was talking in Shadeborough comments, I wanted all the smoke, because I've seen that same thing. I've seen woman kick off. I've seen woman spit after man. I've seen all kind of things, you know what I mean? And the man's just had to hold it. You see what I mean? He just had to hold it because he knows, yo, I do anything, I'm the one when the feds come, it's me. Yeah. They're not coming it's you. And that's what's going on.
Protected class, where we had let's don't get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. The black woman's still under attack, but the black man is at the lowest of the low of the low of this totem pole. We're right at the bottom, man.
This is the point we're at.
With some, I will say some, and I will say not the majority, but some black women have their foot on the necks of the black man.
a lot of them do, Noble. When you go, if you go online, there's so much hate towards the black man, and don't get. It's like at the minute you got Jeezy, he's divorcing his wife.
He's an idiot, her. Mark.
He should have never. I mean, we know he should have never been there in the first place. I know all of that. And trust me, Noble, I know exactly what you're going to... I agree. But what I'm saying is, when they're now being divorced, you go in the comments, it's just women who have got bad stories or they've had bad situations, and, they've had bad men, and they're projecting that hate to other men, which is why I say a lot of these women, they see a black man and they see their baby father or whoever, just like that Afua Rose. She's being everything we said, people, everything that me and Noble said on that stream was spot on, perfect. That Dylan Doofus one, we spoke about that.